All right, people. Sorry about that. Thank you so much. We are so special that Facebook watch our show in short. They sit there and they watch what we are doing. We did the same thing other people usually would do on their show, and nothing will happen. And you can see how they close it down from 40, went from 40 to 2. That's how I knew they turned something off. So, but, we'll persevere. We don't have our own platform. Hopefully, as God will have it, we'll get our own thing that we can use. This is
Amen.
um, this is sad. So welcome back again. Um, you already know what our topic is all about. Our topic is Pharaoh let our people go, and we thought we play some music just to correlate with what we're saying today. But you saw how that went down. So anyway, my name is Mona Saga, and I have my two sisters here. Sister, do we need to do introduction or go straight to the video?
We could, because this video is going to be new. I mean, like we're starting afresh. Just briefly.
Just briefly. Okay, you all go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, people, for persevering. Whatever they like to do, we're still going to get to the end of this thing, no matter how long it takes. Oh, it's not going to take long. They should know that
Amen.
by now.
Amen.
My name is Dr. Augusta Nosiki. Thank you for being here. Sister, go ahead.
And my name is Dr. Ekwi Simon Akube. Please share, like again. Sorry that we have to cut and start again. I'll still give us the food for thought because some people will watch later. So we said, when words are many, transgression is not lacking. But whoever refrains or restrains his lips is prudent and wise. That's Proverbs 10:19. In recent times, we have been deceived severally by people who are gifted with eloquence. They often bamboozle us with their well-tailored words. And that is why we call on our people to refrain from following single individuals. Train your mind, train yourself to understanding well thought out strategies, plans, systems, and principles. These can be transferred from generation to generation, but individuals cannot, because they might be here today and tomorrow they are somewhere else. Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Thank you, sister. We definitely don't want to leave an inheritance our children will be fighting for. We want to leave them a legacy that they can be proud of. And following one man or one woman for that matter is not a choice at all. It's not something that we even have to discuss at this point in time. Our allegiance should be to our nation, to the indigenous peoples, and not to anybody else, right? Because we want to get out of that contraption, that defunct country called Nigeria. So I will play our video again with Brother Tony, explaining to us what's next.
Which we were, taking a review, taking stock of what had happened after the 120 days of consultations with the peoples of Nigeria and the international community, in which we were reporting the progress that had been made in the enforcement of the constitutional force majeure. We have been inundated with inquiries from people who maybe didn't pay enough attention to what had happened from December, because at each stage we indicated where we were and what we were doing next. So at this time, this broadcast is to answer the questions of many who are asking what next. Yes, we are preparing to go to the UN, on the Freedom March, September 14th, 15th, and beyond, the 76th session of the UN General Assembly, to present ourselves, our case, to tell the global community that the owners of Nigeria are fed up with Nigeria. But in terms of where we are now and what the next steps should be, for those who are asking, remember that we've said, that in the December 16, 2020 Constitutional Force Majeure Proclamation, what we stated we were going to do if the system did not come forward, if the government and all the stakeholders did not come to some roundtable for how to rework the failed union, rework the defunct Federation of Nigeria into some workable entity or entities. we said in that proclamation that we will be, when I say we, the alliance, the whole of the South and the whole of the Middle Belt working together as the Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, as the owners of Nigeria that have been hijacked by, an alien force. We said we were going to be reconsidering, if everything fails, that we will reconsider our allegiance to the 1999 Constitution, which is the union document, which is the instrument by which we are held in this union of death by those who imposed it and who have refused all these years to come to any discussion about what we could. They will say it is non-negotiable, and who insist that the union is indissoluble and indivisible. Just some nasty talk. And so we are now at that point where, having given the federal government 90 days, we saw what they did with it. The Russian National Assembly thinking that our sovereignty is now in the custody of the National Assembly. We are sure they now know better, that the National Assembly have no role to play in the union dispute raised. The governors too, we gave them 30 days that began from March the 17th. We saw what they did. They went to Asaba to make some proclamation about open grazing that they would ban, but they didn't tell us how they were going to get the guns to enforce that ban. And so we're still waiting for the governors to come from that middle to the side of the people. Then the 120 days, we saw all of what had happened in it. The owners of the land, came out to the streets to say they are fed up with the union. We saw the Yoruba particularly in all their state capitals and on the streets of Washington saying so very loudly. Of course, all the other, the East have been on the street since over 55 years. And we saw the Midwest, we saw the Middle Belt saying that they are fed up with all the old arrangements that are working for them. And so where we are now is that we have gone from sensitization to mobilization, and we're heading to the threshold of the enforcement of the people's will. The journey to the UN is to finally notify the global community about what to expect from Nigeria. And looking at what has happened with Afghanistan, you could see the urgency of our situation. That if we do nothing, these people who now tell us that they own the place and who are, killing off communities of indigenous people and bringing their own kinsmen from everywhere in Africa to resettle them in these places, ethnic cleansing, that's what we are faced with. And we see the onslaught building up. We can't make a distinction between our president, who is a grand patron of Mietiala, and the Mietiala with their Fulani herdsmen wards, who have been carrying out all their bidding. Because our president gave them 100 billion. Gave Mietiala 100 billion at a time for their business. At a time, Mietiala was presenting themselves as the proprietors of the Fulani herdsmen killing machinery. And so we are caught in that terrible situation in which we cannot tell what role our government is playing in this business that includes ISIS and all kinds of other terror networks that have become ISWAP, working together with Boko Haram and the Fulani herdsmen that is one of their more recent mutations. And it is in that setting that we informed the alliance partners on the 17th of August as we took stock of what had happened so far. I forgot to talk about the international community, in which our consultations and engagements with the international community, in which the U.S. had to cancel, order for military equipment, attack helicopters, and the U.S. Congress blocked further sale of weapons to Nigeria. Again, loans in which China canceled, what they already had, $1 billion loan. They already, so and now we recall the 2019 rapporteur mission from the UN regarding the killings going on in Nigeria, in which Agnes Callamard and her committee came up with the report that Nigeria's constitution was like a pressure cooker for injustice.
Yep. Nigerian constitution is a pressure cooker for injustice. We are going to post the video of our brother Tony in its entirety on our Facebook page. It's also on YouTube as well. So you can go there to listen so that you can speak eloquently on this matter, right? In case if you run into anyone and they ask you what's next, you will be able to articulate our plan to our destination. So again, we'll post that video in its entirety on our Facebook page. It's also in a Lower Niger Congress YouTube page. That's another place to find it. Sisters, go ahead.
Sister Ekwe, go ahead.
Yeah, like we said, like Brother Tony said in that video, that people are asking, what do we do next? We already said what's next, that we will reconsider our allegiance to that defunct Federation of Nigeria and her fraudulent 1999 constitution. We are not going. We're going to reconsider it, and part of the rally that you're seeing is what we are telling the whole world, that this is what we're doing. We're informing all, because there are stakeholders in our land. We don't have to go and ask those that are moving from one party to the other. If they want, let them go back and pick up the vomit, whatever they vomited, and eat it up. It's not our business. We are here to make sure that our people get the life that they deserve, the type of life that they deserve, that they have denied them for over 50 years. Our children are scattered all over the world. Is Nigeria good that our children are ready to choose death over living in Nigeria? They would rather swim through Mediterranean Sea. They would rather walk through the desert, die in Libya dungeons. That choice alone has given you all you need to know about what is going on in Nigeria. Because our children are making a decision to jump into death than stay in Nigeria. And then you think we'll wait for those that are junketing from one political party to the other? As they're moving political parties, they're moving women as well. As they're changing marriages, they're changing political parties. As they're changing their clothes, they're changing their shoes. Changing political parties, changing women, and changing children also, I guess. This is not what we're going to do. So a second video is coming up so that we tell our people, we'll show you, these people have been dribbling us. Caliphate. We are not mixing words. Caliphate has been dribbling us like football from one corner to the other. And they've been using the people we call Judas goats. These Judas goats, you find them in churches, you find them in political parties, you find them even in freedom fighting. When we say we want freedom, they will go and shout with us, make loudest noise. You think they're with us. Then when they go inside, they go and sell us, collect the money, and move on. Then they come out tomorrow again and shout with their eloquence. They will speak English, usually these Judas goats, because for you to get the job to be a Judas goat, you must have good command of English.
Mm-hmm.
Because they want you to deceive the people. So they will be speaking good English. In fact, you will fall asleep while listening to them because English is like, oh my goodness.
Mesmerized. Uh-huh.
You will be bamboozled. They will market even a pack of shit to you. These people, today, whatever product they give them to market, they are very good at it. They will market shit. They will market vomit. They will market even death. Death that you are seeing that this is death. When they finish wrapping it and market it to you, you say, please give me the death.
And yet, if you're confused, they will add Elohim to it.
That's the worst part of it.
Yeah.
The way they use the name of God, they use Holy Spirit, they use Elohim, they use God spoke to me.
No. That is the main marketing. That is the main strategy. Because if you are doing this and you are not Elohim and Eloha, you haven't started. That is the main marketing. That is what they need.
Because our people are very religious.
They said that he's not going to leave PDP until Jesus comes. Because he mentioned Jesus, a lot of people believed him.
Yes.
You understand? So they will use Jesus. Some of the Muslim ones will use Muhammad. They will use everything that they've got to get you to submit to their shenanigans. So it's not about that is the main market. The main marketing is the religion. Remember, religion is the opium of the masses, as Karl Marx said.
Yes.
And it's the truth. That is the truth. Because that is what they would use all the time to get at you. Because once they come, when you hear Faneka or they mention Jesus, you would marvel.
Oh, Holy Spirit.
You hear the other fine fine boy. What's that? He's that one that I hated so much. What's his name again?
He's standing here.
You know Manai. When you hear him call God, hey, I give Oluwa me. You he says, so this guy knows God, eh? So our people, until we allow religion, until we stop allowing them mess us up with God, with God's name. And remember, even God said that they shall use his name in vain.
Exactly.
So what are we even talking about?
Exactly.
Until we stop them from using the name of God to mesmerize us. Oh my God.
We just have to, we don't have choice. That's what we're saying now, people. That we want, why we come here every Saturday is that we want our people to be people that think, reason. Anything that anybody present to you, ask yourself, does it make sense? Think about it. Even if it's Bible, even if it's Korea, what is that? Korah, what is that? What's the other book?
Quran.
Whatever they present to you as you're reading it, because the God that we serve does not want you not to use your brain. That's why he gave it to you anyways. He gave you the brain and he said you are like me. God that created you, if you want to go to that religion that you people are using, he said you are like me. That means you cannot think the way I think. So why won't you use your brain? And you find out that most of this religion, the first thing they do is that either they will not allow you to read Bible or they will not allow you to understand it by yourself. They tell you, no, you won't understand, we will teach you. Why are they saying that? So that they will turn it around, manipulate you, and then be able to push you into where they want you to do, into where they want you to go. So we are telling our people, please, it's time to begin to reason. It's time to begin to apply logic in everything you're doing. When somebody tells you anything, think and ask them questions. That's what we encourage you on this platform. Call us and ask us questions. We will answer you. So far, you are thinking along with us because we don't want you to ask questions that you did not think about. As you ask questions, we are thinking along. We'll get the answers together. Together, we'll get the answers. Please, Sister Mona, if you're ready.
Sister, we have, please, before you continue, we have a brother that is asking a question. His name is Atuba. Oh yeah, Atuba. He said, can't a measure be put in place where the existing National Assembly must protect the lives and properties of the citizens in Nigeria? We cannot be talking and the innocents are being killed recklessly. We cannot. Mr. Atuba, what we've been saying all along is that these members of the National Assembly, they are the Judas goats that we have been talking about, because they don't even care about you in the first place. And that's why we are insisting that the idea of the election of 2023, even smelling it, should not even come into consideration at all. And that is why the Constitution has to be brought down. So they don't care. It's not a matter of you putting that in front of them and say, okay, that they should deliberate. Or have they not been deliberating? Do they even look like people that are deliberating on your behalf? Do they look like people that are deliberating on your behalf? So those are the questions that you need. If you want to have the answers to your question, you should be able to reason that these people do not care about you one bit. Let's continue.
And even if they want to deliberate, with what document?
We don't deliberate. Exactly.
The 1999 Constitution is a fraud. It's an illegal document. It's a document that you did not make. And that document, so far they continue to rule you with that document, you will never get justice. You will never get to make them to do the right thing. Because every nation is based on the Constitution. Exactly. Then out of the Constitution, you have the laws made. Then from the laws, you implement the laws. That is how you get justice in the land. But when the Constitution is fraudulent, that you did not even make it, you don't get to say what happens to you. You don't have that right. So even if they are not doing the right thing, you don't have the right. You don't have the power to push them because you did not make the document they're using to govern you.
Exactly.
I hope we have answered you.
Thank you.
Right. They should know this by now. That is the same constitution that allows them to come in and do whatever they need to do to you. A brother that lives in Oka or someplace in a hotel called Majestica, according to him, EFCC came in and took the keys, the master key to the hotel room and start opening it. They don't care what you were doing in there. So you can imagine if you are somewhere doing whatever, all of a sudden they come in there with a gun while you're on top of something. And there's nothing you can do about it. The man was lamenting. And this is what we keep telling you guys. As long as you're buying and selling, you're making money when your brothers and sisters are dying. You're not asking, as an adult in a society, you're not asking, what is it that is going on here that we need to make it better? And you're busy making your hotel money or your school money or your whatever money you think is okay. Very soon, EFCC will come and arrest everybody in your hotel room, arrest everybody in the clubhouse. They slap the DJ, slap everybody that they wanted to, and there's nothing you can do about it because the 68 exclusive list said you can't do shit, for lack of better words. You just have to deal with it. We'll continue with the video.
I was in APC for 9 months. What I saw. Memorable, man. Oh my God. What I saw, man. You know? Memorable, man. And because I was fighting Jonathan because Jonathan was giving too much to the Northerners and he was very unfair to the Yorubas, and you know the story, and I told that, you know. So when I went to APC, Buhari now, I met Buhari through El Rufai. We interacted 3-4 times. We go and meet him. He had a house somewhere, it's not here. He lives just around the corner from here now. But he had a house elsewhere. We went there. So, but as time went by, he now started sending for me. So I went there with Nasir. And one day, they called and said he wanted to see me. I said, okay. I met him at the transport. And I got there. He said we should go inside the bedroom. He started in the bedroom talking. He started talking. He said, you know, he wants to. You know, I know his aspiration, but he has a challenge with trusting people in view of what has happened to him in the past. But that he just wants me to know that he would want me to work closely with him if he manages to win the nomination for his party, and that, you know, he likes me, I'm courageous. So Obasanjo said a lot about me, that once I'm on board, I'll fight all the way, and he loves that. Anyway, to cut a long story, let me tell you what.
Please do.
We started talking about the history and about the Igbos. You know what this man said to me? He said, they killed our leaders in the middle of the night, and we can never forget it. It's a cultural problem. You can't trust them. The way he was talking about trust, that's where it came up. Mm-hmm. I said, sir, they killed not just northern leaders, they killed leaders from every zone. Southwest, where I come from, yes. The Niger, the South, every zone, not just the North, not just the North. And he said, no, he said, but we remember, we will never forget. We will never forget, and we cannot trust them. He said, it's a cultural problem. When he said this, it's sunk in. I had never seen that level of racism in any. I mean, I've been trying to quite a few leaders. Mm-hmm. I've never seen that. This was deep-seated hatred for a whole nation of people. And I left that whole thing to myself, these people have to be stopped. Because if they're not stopped, if they have power, what they will do, first they will deal with the Igbos, then they will come and deal with us. You know, they will deal with everybody. And it's one of the main reasons, apart from the issue of Muslim ticket. That's what I said, no. Not only will I leave them, I will also expose them and fight them. You understand there's some basic, fundamental, core issues that you must never compromise on.
Wow. You know, as we speak, some of our people are still...
pepper soup, be compromised. Please.
Some of our people are still fighting for this guy. I don't know what's going on, if he's sleeping with them or he's giving them money. I don't know what he's doing. There's some people as we speak working our guy a little to the left. He doesn't even go a little to the left. He flies to the left and flies to the right every chance he gets. And we are so tired. We are so tired of all of this. And we are asking our people, when are we going to learn? When are we going to learn that people will use us to get, they will use us as a ladder, step on us to get where we're going, and then kick you off? When are we going to learn? When are we going to stop this madness? Haven't we had enough? Are you guys not tired? Haven't we been played enough as if we are football? They dribble us here, they dribble us to the other side. They use shouting match, they use radio, they use Elohim. Anything they see, they will use against us and they will overcome us. Every little thing, as if we are kindergartners. I think kindergartners, I have a godson. He asks so many smart questions. I don't even think he would let anybody dribble him that way. I'm tired.
Right there, it's Monkey Banana song. Ebe banana gara ka monkey gaga. Ebe banana gara ka monkey gaga. For those that don't understand Igbo, you see where the banana goes, that's where the monkey goes. You know, our people will say, Onye bu igu ka ewu na-eso. You know, where the food for the goat goes, the Judas goat follows. So for those that don't know the story about this guy, he was aviation minister when Obasanjo was in power. That's under PDP. He was in PDP for some time. So he was aviation manager, aviation minister. And then when Banana shifted to APC 2023, he moved. He became the spokesperson of Buhari. This Buhari, you saw him saying, he was their spokesperson, Buhari spokesperson, 2023. That's against 2015 election. And then they moved again. He moved and went over to PDP and became Goodluck's campaign manager. He moved again. And then now the banana has moved again from PDP to APC. He has moved again to APC. Who knows what they offered him? He might be presidential because he wants to be a president of his one Nigeria. So he has seen that from APC, he can easily move to maybe this 2023 they're planning. Maybe it's him they want to use. Yorubas are making too much noise about leaving. So they will need a Judas goat to offer him presidential candidate, to be a president. You understand? Because some Yorubas are saying that Shuaji is too old. So they might look at this one that he's younger. Let's bring him to APC. Because he said he wants to make change. Must you have a one-party system in the country for you to make a change? So if all of you now move into APC, how are you going to make the change? You make change by being in opposition so that you will counter what the other person is doing, to make them to work, to make them to be on their toes. So if all of you now, all you Judas goats, you leave all your plates, the PDP, PCP, SCP, CPC, and all enter inside APC. You have one party system. Who will save us from APC? Who will save us from the agenda, the Islamization agenda? We are asking you, Mr. Permutation, as you're doing your political permutations, who will save the people? Who will save my people? We're asking you. You know what? We are here to get it right. And we are making our people to understand your game. They didn't understand your game all this while. So our people will understand the game. All you Judas goats, we now know that you are monkeys and you're following banana. But you know what? You monkeys, a hungry lion is coming. Because the hungry lion will eat to the monkeys and eat the Judas goats. Continue. Please, play the next one.
Yes.
So I want to show another video of all these guys said, because there's a video, an interview that he granted recently. This smart guy in channels were asking him, so what changed? What changed? We're not playing that today, but we're just showing you all the things that this man said about this vomit that he's licking up. He has gone back to his vomit and he's licking it up. But look at all the things he vomited. We are presenting it to our people to see for themselves. We don't speak against people. We tell you what it is.
Will ever vote for a man that believes that we should drag this country back. A man with a pitiful and disgraceful record. When he was in power, he locked people up, he created people, he killed people with retroactive legislation, he carried people on the streets of London illegally, turned Nigeria into a pirate nation, a man that looted PTF. And I say that because the report, I was in government when the Haruna Adamu report was filed. I discussed with President Obasanjo at the time. I know what the president told myself and Aki Oshutoku privately. If not for the fact the main person in that report, that is a man by Siraju and in-law, dropped dead the day that we decided to prosecute Buhari for it. That man would have been the key prosecution witness and Buhari would have been in jail by now. The truth of the matter is that he was very corrupt, and that Siraju report, the PTF report, absolutely indicted him. A man that when he, I will finish, a man that when he was Minister of Oil in I believe it was in 1987 or thereabouts. President Obasanjo was the head of state at the time. It was 1977 or thereabouts. 2.8 billion naira went missing under his watch. That's the equivalent of 3 billion naira today. A man that committed so many atrocities. Let me tell you something.
How much got missing under your watch?
Remember, this is a man that converted all the currency that we had at that time and told everybody to convert their currency within 1 week, forgetting the fact that most Northerners at the time dealt in cash, and most of them kept those the cash in their homes. They lost everything overnight simply because of Buhari's way. A man that sent so many people to jail for hundreds of years without due process, without any credible evidence. A man
what about the tribunal that was set up?
Listen to me. No lawyer attended. Let me remind you.
There were reports of the tribunal.
You may be too young to know this.
No. If I was young,
when Julius Caesar was alive, but you know he lived. So that's not a fair. No. Let me put this to you. Sure, there were tribunals, but what I'm putting to you is that the only people that attended those tribunals were the judges or military administrators that were appointed by the government, and the late Gani Fawemi. The rest of the legal world boycotted those tribunals because there was no due process. There were no laws administered there. It was just a kangaroo court. There were many people that had been found innocent by the ordinary courts that he now insisted must be jailed at all costs. And this man destroyed the lives of so many people, including the lives of serving governors who were locked up, who after their release died a few months later. Bisi Onabanjo, Adamu Atta, so many of them. Adamu Atta lived for quite some time, but he was never the same person again. So many of them. Ambrose Ali and so many. This is what Buhari did. This is what he stands for. Unfortunately, most people that were 10 years old when Obasanjo came into power in 1999 have no recollection of this. We don't teach history in this country. So people have forgotten who Buhari was and what he stands for. Now,
so my people, these are facts on the table. These are things that happen. So what changed? Is it that these people that died unjustly got resurrected? What happened that all of a sudden this same Buhari now, this same APC now became things that you now sell to my people? We are asking our people, how long are we going to follow these Judas goats? How long are we going to be dribbled like foolish people? Are we really foolish? Are we? I don't think so. I don't think so. And that's why we have chosen to work with the people. Because you have the power to change your today and your tomorrow. And the plan to do that, the ability, the strategy to do that is on the table. Ninas has that plan, and we are presenting it to you. We have presented it. We are still presenting it to you for you to know this is the way to go. Stop clamoring around these people. When they offer them something, they move. Even those that will kill you, they will offer them a position. There's something they've offered this guy. Now he's speaking a different language today. Don't allow this to happen to you. Please go ahead, sisters.
One thing we have to understand about Fani Kayode is that this was how his own father, his late father was. It was the exact same thing. You understand? Will not fail to have a child that has the same tail or long or be as slim as it is. So the truth about it is that this is the Kayode's family's trait. When we do what is it called? When you do genome or assisted queen, you see where they talk about hereditary. So this guy actually inherited this from his father.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So jumping up
and down. He's in the gene, yes.
He's in the gene. Genetic. So there's nothing, it's part of him.
Yes.
So and for a long time, I just kind of like, this can't be a serious-minded person. He's not. The Yorubas that I know don't regard him as one of them. They see him as the person that is actually messing up the Yorubas, who they are, because he's always behaving like a chameleon. One moment here, one moment there. And in all honesty, I think we need to even give the real Judas. We need to give the real Judas some kudos, because these guys really messed up Judas Gongo, because Judas actually had the courage to go back and kill himself when he found out that he has messed up. But this guy is not going to kill himself. He's going to mess up again.
What do you think, my dear? When you call yourself a man, you cannot manage your wife and 2 kids.
He
Every
not
one
manage
of them.
anything.
Take off. Wife number 1, run. Number 2, run. Number 3, run. Number 4, run. Even with all the fakeness they showed us on the
This
video, come
last
to
one was
find out.
number 5. I heard that there's another number 6, maybe another Chioma. Unfortunately, indeed, but I don't know what you guys are seeing with this guy, man. You understand? So my thing is that
There's
he
nothing that's
is
saying
who
except
he
money.
is.
It's money
That
that
is who he is.
is money.
He can speak eloquently. He knows how to use the diction, the English language. He knows how to raise it up, bring it down, some assert the language. He knows how to use it very well. So, because he grew up in London, so of course he knows how to use all those kind of things. When he comes and he mesmerizes our people, you start thinking that this guy believes in what you believe in. This guy does not. He only believes in his stomach. That's it. He believes in his stomach. So we are using this opportunity to tell our people, politicians do not care about you. It's going to shift again. As he accurately put it, maybe they want to bring him up, as the face of the new Yoruba guy. But guess what? The Yorubas of today do not care. They never cared about him. So if you like, let him come out and paint himself as probably aspiring to be the president of Nigeria. Yorubas want out of this contraption. Just as we, the Igbos, we want out of this contraption. A lot of ethnic nationalities want out of this contraption. We can't have this anymore. For how long? When he was the aviation minister, what did he do with the money that was given to him? Which airport was working? I remember in those days, there was one night that the Murtala Muhammad airport, there was no light. The rain that ran that was the entire roof of a big airport like that was leaking. And yet it was the aviation minister then.
Again, if you cannot manage your wife and 2 kids, why do you think you can manage an airport?
And it was this guy that they used to bring down, Stella Odua, that became Minister of Aviation. In fact, there was a time I traveled home. I entered, I think it was Musa Hotel Airport. The place changed, lighting, everything. What's going on? I was so impressed. I said, what's going on? I said, oh, it's the minister. He's Minister of Aviation, Stella Odua. Before I could even come back, this guy ganged up with people that are killing our people, and they brought that woman down. The woman that was ready to work for our people. So, and you can see him messing up with Nnamdi Kanu because they are together. When we tell our people that these people are agents of caliphate, we're not saying it because we just want to talk. It's for you to go and investigate. When we tell you things, go and do your findings. These are agents of the caliphate. We told you that the caliphate, that they specialize in dribbling us around. So when any block starts making noise that they want to leave, they will pick somebody from your midst, which we call Judas goats. They will offer them something, they will deceive you. And usually the people they pick are those that can speak English. So you get bamboozled. This man, FFK, and Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, they were together. They bring you in their clique and then offer you things and you move with them. So please, that's what we're telling our people. We showed you in the video where they were together discussing. There are so many other things that has happened under the bridge. What happened is that they used them to get, there's an interview he granted, and they asked him, are more people going to join APC? Of course, yes. Because they will use him to get more people into APC. They will use him to get, like, you saw him going to meet Sunday Igboho, is to make Sunday Igboho to stop. So it's what they do. They use him. And they have always been using him. This is not the first time. And they will continue to use him because he will continue to move like or something. He is not a stable person.
No.
I will tell you, like, you see, when we talk about marriage, we're not using it like we want to go into people's private business. No. But we're saying, like, marriage is an institution that if you're not able to really stay, it takes patience to have your marriage successful.
And great leadership.
And great leadership, whether male or female. Now, that something happened one or twice, okay, we'll leave it. But when it's a recurring decimal, you see, it shows that there's something fundamentally wrong in the person's character and the way the person is wired, the genetic makeup of the person. So these people can be used to get you in and they kill you. So when you hear him saying, we don't want to break Nigeria, we don't want to break Nigeria, the issue is not about breaking Nigeria. The issue is that Nigeria is built on a fraudulent foundation. That's what we're saying. That Nigeria is built on a fraudulent foundation. And so far we are on this foundation, we will never get anything right in this country. They will continue to kill us, and there will not be justice, and will not get development in Southeast. We will not get, because we are building on a wrong foundation. That is not how you run nations. And we said, let's go back to the foundation and begin to fix it from the foundation. That's what we're saying. But he keeps saying one Nigeria. We don't want them to break Nigeria. So people are coming to break Nigeria. That is not the issue. The issue is, how do we fix the fraudulent foundation of Nigeria? The 1999 constitution that the people did not make, how do you do it? We are telling you that we do not have a nation as it stands because we have not followed the process. There is a process for nation building. We have up to 450 ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. So you cannot run Nigeria like one nation. It's a federation. And in that federation, all the ethnic nationalities have to come together. How do you determine who is part of Nigeria and who is not part of it? We've not had that meeting. We don't have that union. And it's only referendum you will use to do that. So when you have referendum, which we call the ethnic referendum, the referendum, not that of one Nigeria, not the one that Fulanis will conduct, not the one that INEC Fulani will conduct, the one that the peoples that make up that geographical space we have. And then they decide, are we coming in or are we going out? After that decision, they will not do their constitution, their own constitution. That's how they will be governed. From that constitution, you begin to talk about laws and decrees, laws and all the things to do. How to then how to take care of the people that want to loot our money, the corruption, all the bad things. They will be inside the constitution, and the law will determine how we want to run the nation. That's how they do things. We say it has not been done. And we're saying why that is going on. We're going to have transitional government to take care of things as that is going on. But if you don't do this thing, people will come and go that will open our borders to bring in terrorists to kill us. How do you answer these questions, Mr. I know law? Mr. I know how to speak English.
Mr. Lawyer for God's sake. He's a lawyer, right?
These are the people that make them call lawyers liars. Because today is white, tomorrow is black. You're not consistent. You're not consistent in your principles. You run around from left to right. Who will follow this type of person? And we are saying we are tired of following this type of system. That we want to take power back to the people so that the people will decide what they want. They will speak by themselves, for themselves. That is democracy. Power to the people, for the people, by the people. Is it so difficult to understand? Do you need to go to what's it, or Oxford or Cambridge to understand this simple thing? And that is what Ninas is saying. Like Codesa in South Africa, the peoples came together against the common enemy, which was apartheid. Today, we are saying we are coming together against a common enemy, caliphate, because that constitution was made by caliphate, and we want to do the things the right way. That's what we're saying. It's simple and straightforward.
It's very simple. It's very simple.
Up and down.
Anyone jumping off for one Nigeria, you have to be a fraudster yourself. You will know how to survive. And that's why they are fighting tooth and nail. They are so marinated in defrauding the country, stealing and stealing. None of them, I don't think they've ever worked a real job in their whole life.
No, never.
It's all about contracts. When you get contract, you take the whole money for the contract. If you're the minister, you take all the money for the ministry. You keep stealing. They don't know how to survive without this. And it's about time we, the workers, that have been on the field working to say, Osgozian is enough. It's enough. Whether your name is Femi Kayode or you're the one shouting on the radio and then you find yourself now having negotiation for political freedom. Wherever you find yourself at, whether you're a pastor, whatever you guys are doing to hold our people, we are saying, pharaohs, in every platform, at every level. Let our people go. Let them go. It's enough. And then the people that are being held hostage, what are you doing as an adult in this environment, in this our society, in this world, that you are not in tune with what is going on? We've already let you guys know that is the height of irresponsibility for any adult, especially mothers, giving birth to children, to sit along and watch Femi Feregan or not. He will go to the south. Today he's a Christian. Oh, I forgot. I saw him where they were praying for him to be the next president. Maybe his pastor told him the only way that will happen if he goes to APC. They will become Christian. From Christianity, they will become Muslim. From Muslim, they jump back. My dear, are we football or basketball? Basketball is one that they dribble. Is that what we are? That we are allowing these people, the all hell Biafra. Remember when they were hailing all these people and we're saying, do not follow any man. They will disappoint you. Even the Bible told us this. We've seen it in our lifetime that these people will disappoint us. When you lay your hope on a man versus what you can do together as a team. Every other person that we know of that live in a country that is progressive, their allegiance is to their country. That's why you can see, even when US is messing up, people will come out and be shouting and say, oh no, lawsuit everywhere. Because they're not going to allow you, because you have the name presidency, you'll be destroying everything. Where are the good men and women that do understand that something is amiss, that we need to do differently? Where are you guys? Kerebu Nuno. Where are you guys that people will lock down our city, our country, our nation, and section of the area is there doing sit at home? If you come out, they will burn you, burn your church, burn your student, burn your bicycle. And our people are not speaking. Where are the good men and women? And then we are calling on the pharaohs to let our people go. We are calling on the men, good men and women, to rise up and do the needful. To not to go to bed every night and say, what can I do to make this happen? So that it will not end after the end of this show today. That you're picking up phone calls, reaching out to people that matters, and then people that matter, and then asking the right questions, doing the right thing. And we cannot thank our brothers and sisters in New York doing the needful, taking time from work to be there to let their grievances, their displeasure to be known. What are you doing in your neck of the wood? What role are you playing? Because if not, we will watch Femi Kayode and co take over. Like Sister P said, they will jump over to APC. Then who will speak for the people? Do you see why we say close shop? Ndeji Hanaka. If you're confused, they will quote Bible for you, call on Jehovah, Jireh, and Elohim, and Elohim. They will be shouting them from heaven to come down. And you think you're in the same camp. They have eloped to. They're in different camp. You're on your own. You'll be picked up like an animal that you want to be. Because for those of you still following some random person, and then you will be killed as nobody, and the earth will not stop. Even when Jesus was killed, people were on the other side of Damascus buying and selling. The world did not end when Jesus was killed on the cross for all of us. Imagine you, Wankaku. You think the world will end? We have to do better, my people. We have to do better. We have to do better. We know the odds are against us. You can see even the show, they will not allow anybody to watch it. We are almost 700 platforms, and we know our people are watching, but they will not allow it to show. All these things are a form of discouragement. They are coming from all places to destroy what we're doing. Are we going to allow that to happen? Are we going to allow our enemies to have a win over us? Or are we going to rise up as good men and women, the Wakanda women especially, waking up to say enough is enough? So we are calling especially on our sisters, on our mothers, on our daughters, the daughters of the land, those who are sincerely wanting things to be different. And they see themselves everywhere. They see themselves in all franchise, road franchise, good franchise, excellent franchise. They are all over the place trying to do the right thing. And the devil himself will not allow them to. They meant well, but they're not allowed to do the right thing. We need to support each other, sisters. We need to, because if not, I hate to say, those bad men that are still out there will continue to dribble all of us and render our men helpless, and nothing will come of it until we tell them, close shop. We cannot do this anymore. Whether you know APs, I mean, think about it though. Do you want to? How you? It's like trying to take a pacifier from a 2-year-old. I remember when I did that with my son. This boy made me wake up in the middle of night to go back to Kroger and get another pacifier after I threw away the last one he had. That's the same thing they're going to do. They don't want you. They don't want the country to be better. Femi Kayode does not have a job, so he doesn't want anything better for our people. Right now, his money is running low. He's probably his women bought implant, breast implant, nose implant. Money is running low. He needs to refill his fuel. So if that means dumping you guys on the other side to jump to APC, he will jump. If that means even jumping to Afghanistan as we speak, he will jump. It's all about his money. He wants his money, people. So he can come and speak English. That's his job. I forgot, my dear. Shut up, Mona. He can speak English. That is the job. Eloquent English. Confusing our people. Sisters, go ahead. I'm so hot.
That's his talent and the gift that he used to make all his money in his life. So we're telling our people, it's Augusta, before you come in.
No, I just want to go ahead and read the.
Yes,
well, go ahead. Yeah, bring that
like where some people are asking questions about strategies and everything. We're reading the comments you're making. The strategy on the table is Nina's, and you want you to key into it. We want you to understand it. It's important for us that you understand it. Not that if you don't understand, we will move. We'll continue to move. But if you understand, you will run with it. Whether we are here or not, you will run with it. So we submitted a letter as part of the rally that was done on that. That is still being done. Because it's between 14th to 24th of September. So this letter was presented to the UN. Because like we told you, we have international imperative. As part of the strategy, there are 8-point strategies.
Yes.
This is part of the mobilization effort. We are mobilizing internationally and locally. So this is part of it. So listen to this letter carefully, understand how it's worded, because there's a reason we word things the way we word them, so that you understand it. Please go ahead, sister.
Yes, there's a reason for that. And as Sister Ekwe rightly said, the mobilization part is just 5% of the entire thing. So for those that are saying, oh, we need crowd, we want to make noise. Well, UN, are you hearing us? Hey, UN already has this letter that I'm about to read. UN already has a copy of it. So I just want everybody to pay attention as I read through. So the topic is Nigeria is about to snap. The UN must act now to avert catastrophe. Being a letter addressed the United Nations Security Council, the Trusteeship Council, and the General Assembly, September 14, 2021, by the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, NINAS, at the 76th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. Protocols. We, the indigenous peoples of Nigeria, gather today at the headquarters of the United Nations in New York to alert the UN and the rest of the global community that the Union of Nigeria has failed irredeemably and is now at the verge of a violent disintegration with catastrophic consequences for global peace and security, as our population of over 200 million people would become an instant global refugee nightmare. Amidst the extraordinary difficulties inflicted by the imposition of the enforcement of Sharia by a section of Nigeria in a supposedly secular union, the immediate reason for this looming catastrophe is the cocktail of mass killing, kidnapping, and general banditry being orchestrated against the indigenous peoples of Nigeria by an invading Fulani militia masquerading as herdsmen in an undisguised ethnic cleansing campaign that progressively demonstrates the complicity of the federal government of Nigeria, headed by Major General Muhammad Buhari, a Fulani man, who, as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, is also the live grand patron of the notorious Mighty Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, that proudly takes responsibilities for the murderous exploits of the Fulani herdsmen militia, designated the fourth most deadly terror group. Compounding their impunity, the same Mighty Allah Cattle Breeders Association, at a recent press conference organized to mock the planned Nina's million-man march to the UN, boasted to be in control of the UN through their daughter, Amina Mohammed, the Deputy Secretary General at the UN. An indication that Amina Mohammed, nominated to the exalted UN position by the Fulani President of Nigeria, Major General Muhammad Buhari, is in some way a part of the grand protection design for the Fulani herdsmen in their bloody onslaught against the indigenous peoples of Nigeria. It will be recorded that following widespread extrajudicial killings in Nigeria, the UN in August of 2019 dispatched a special repertoire mission to Nigeria led by Agnes Kalamad. The damning verdict of that repertoire mission was that the widespread extrajudicial killings were flowing from the unitary constitutional arrangement of Nigeria, which operates as a pressure cooker for injustice, and that Nigeria under that constitution is a danger to global peace and security. The report warned that unless something is done urgently, Nigeria would snap, plunging its 200 million population into turmoil that will trigger a large-scale refugee crisis of unprecedented magnitude at a time the global terror networks, ISIS, ISWAP, and Al-Qaeda are already converging in Nigeria. It will be recorded that in furtherance of repudiation and rejection of the Unitary Constitution of Nigeria 1999 and the toxic union it forced, the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, being the South and the Middle Belt of Nigeria, on December 16, 2020, declared a constitutional force majeure, raising a union dispute with 5-point demand for the termination of the operation of the aforementioned imposed constitution, for the immediate commencement of remediation of the long-standing grave constitutional grievances of Nigeria's constitutional constituent components. Failing with the peoples of the alliance territory would reconsider their allegiance to that constitution. The key highlights of the 5-point demand include suspension of the further elections, particularly in 2023 elections, under the repudiated 1999 Constitution, as well as the initiation of a time-bound transitioning arrangement to midwife the emergence of fresh constitutional protocols founded on the sovereignty and self-determination rights of the constituent components of Nigeria. An online petition conveying the demands of that constitutional force majeure proclamation is currently before the UN Security Council. That Nigeria has failed as a state is no longer a subject for debate. Having emerged the global poverty capital and playing host to two of the world's top, foremost deadly terrorist organizations, with 3/4 of its constituent components, South and Middle Belt, seeking urgent extrication by way of referendums from what has become a union of death. Looking back at the recent turn of events in Afghanistan, this freedom march to the United Nations headquarters in New York is to alert the global community of the rapidly degenerating situation of Nigeria and to invite United Nations, particularly the Security Council and Trusteeship Council, to initiate urgent steps to arrest Nigeria's descent into chaos as besieged communities drift dangerously to self-help. For and on behalf of the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, Professor Yusuf Turaki, Professor Banja Kitoye, the chairman of NINAS, Elder T.K. Ugoriba, Dr. Don Pedro Obaseki, to Nina, the Secretary General of NINAS. And I also want to mention the like the posters. If you all can see the posters, one of the posters is that we have a referendum to decide our nationhood now. That is the NINAS poster. Another one is Nigeria is a fraud based on the fraudulent 1999 constitution. Another one is stop the genocide being perpetrated by Fulani terrorists in the south and middle belt of Nigeria. Stop giving loans to the Nigerian government. Arms sold to the Nigerian government are now with the Fulani terrorists. Stop Nigerian state-sponsored terrorism. Send peacemakers forces to the south and middle belt now. It's not herders and farmer conflict, it's genocide and land grabbing. And that is so true. So as we rightly said, Ninas is that plan and is that strategy. So we want you all to key into it. Thank you so much for your patience.
We will post that letter on our page, Facebook page. As you can see, our posters are on point. We are not missing word. It's directly addressing what we want for that territory. So again, we cannot thank our brothers and sisters enough for the work that they're doing on behalf, even those that are sleeping, even those that are still doing sit at home, running around chasing cow and whatever they are chasing. We do want to, dove our hats off for our brothers and sisters. It's not easy to pay for hotel for a whole week, especially in New York. So we thank you guys so much for the work that is being done. Of course, we thank Nina's and their leader and Nina's leadership council for their, my goodness, endless work that they're doing for, I almost want to say, ungrateful people. Yeah, even when they are not part of this, nobody is putting in their resources. They are watching. Some of them might say, "Can I watch? Can I let know how achieve?" And when they can afford to do better, Sister, you're laughing. What? We can hear you. You're muted.
Yeah, I'm laughing because that's what they will say. Let's watch. I mean, we're talking about self-determination, your life. You said let's watch. I don't even understand it. Please go ahead. That's why I was laughing, like how people,
Yeah, they say kind of, some of them will even go to the UN march and claim that they are Ninas and they are working with other people. Like, this guy, he has never come to any Ninas meeting. My dear, wonders shall never end. Then we must continue.
This is how fraudulent. People are so fraudulent. I don't know that even in old age, you still want to be fraudulent. Are you not ashamed? Doesn't even make sense to me. I was like that particular guy. Say, how can somebody get set from your house and make up your mind? Say, today I'm going to tell a lie. I want to go and be fraudulent today. You dress up like a full person, carry your bag, and you move.
Sister Isha is saying we should even call for the removal of Amina Mohammed from that position for her silence as complicity in the ongoing.
She's not silent. She's there doing her brother's bidding.
She's doing her job.
That's why they put her there.
That's why they put her.
This is what I want people to understand.
Yeah.
There's a strategy that they're using and they have been using it. Anything you see is not a mistake. Sometimes they will say, "Oh, Buhari, we are calling for presidency to come and help us." Are you okay? This is why this man came, to make sure that his people are scattered all over Nigeria and then they displace the owners of the land. They kill you off. So and we have told people in this chat that how they use cow to do GPS. We told you that the plan did not start now. Anything you're seeing now, it didn't start now. It's just that you are just waking up. And you know what? Some of our people are not just waking up. They've been working since 21 years. Why we're here is to make sure the last group wake up, because you people that are not waking up are distracting what we're doing, because you are the same people that Judas goats will use and say you want to sponsor election. You are the same people that Judas goats in the church will be making to contribute all their money while they buy private jets and nothing happens to you, and as they're killing you, they're not speaking for you. They will tell you to go, and when we say go left, they will direct you to go right, and you will listen to them because you're ignorant.
Or even they will tell you they are part of Ninas. They don't know what Ninas stands for, exactly. And they are spreading wrong information.
So say, "Oh, I followed Tony for 20 years." Yet you don't know what Tony is saying. You do not know one single thing that Tony Nadi has been saying, but you have followed him for 20 years. What will you tell your children? That you went for a class 20 years and you are zero.
And you didn't even have F9.
Beyond that is it's sometimes when these people say these things to me, I just start feeling sorry for them. Like, is it that their brain is dead or are they okay? How can you tell me?
I have a pass.
You followed a man I've been following Tony for 100 years. And I ask you, what is it that Tony has been saying?
Does Tony even want you to follow him? Tony wants you to use your brain.
Exactly.
He doesn't even want you to. He doesn't want this followership thing, this eulogizing stuff. That's not even his. He wants you. He gave you
understand the document.
Read this document and understand.
Understand it so that we can move.
We can move so that we can work together. So it's not you follow. Oh, I've been following you. There was a guy I went to his house one time. He was telling, I've not. I thought he kept to my house. I said, he came to house and you don't even know what the nurse is. Don't worry, you guys just continue. We are behind you 100%. How can you be behind me when the nation that we're about to get is for you and I? Can't you just be side by side and move forward? He said, don't worry, now I got I'm like, what?
My dear, their fakeness, their fraudulent behaviors, I don't even have words for it because I'm not Femi Kayode. Where are the words that you use to describe someone who can never tell the truth? They are all of them. And if you run see, you will see them at church. They'll go to morning mass, afternoon mass, evening mass, and they even invite you to come and drive 8 hours. There are a group of men here in Houston. They will tell you to drive 8 hours to some part in Texas so they can go and get their knighthood. And they can't speak the truth. And we're saying that we want more. So it's time to call in, +1 774 338 0942. That number can be called as a WhatsApp or as a phone number. So call and tell us how we can help our people, how we can approach Pharaoh, and let him take our people away from him. We need to go home. We are most especially calling our sisters, our mothers, our daughters, whoever it is that is not sleeping at night because of what's going on in our land. Please come out. Stop flowing people that don't know what they are doing. They are doing fakeness, security, the one that doesn't work, the one that sit at home and burn houses. Follow what works, my people now. Follow what works. Aren't we educated anymore? How are we the most educated in America, and yet we are the most foolish in America? How did that happen? Who gave us all these degrees that we're not showing anything for? All we are using it is to clock in and clock out and post ourselves on Facebook and go home and change $1 to 500 naira and be showing off. Can we use what we have learned in the classroom and use it to help our people, especially in a time like this? We are the educated, I don't want to start calling names anymore. Educated brothers and sisters, let me not call them fools. Can we stop acting foolish and act like we are educated? How can one person come and deceive you and you guys are online fighting about this, fighting about that, jumping from one place to another, firing each other, employing each other, dismissing each other, when you have not keyed into what works? How do you even live with yourself? Are you guys on drugs? Opium in Afghanistan.
When the opium of Afghanistan clears, you will want to hold the plane. You see how they held onto the plane, and some people actually fell down when that US plane was moving. When the Taliban took over in Afghanistan, right. We are telling our people now that Taliban has actually taken over Nigeria. It's just that they are still making it look as if it's not obvious yet, but it's there already. It's there already. So we need to get this thing going. Get on board now before you are thrown over from the train that is moving. You think that by hooking onto that plane would land you in the US? No. Taliban has taken over, and everybody knows that. And these people are using, lately they try to use the Nina's approach, the Nina's 1 million match. They came and they wanted to align IPOB with Nina because they know that IPOB has already been tagged a terrorist organization by Nigeria. So they wanted to diminish the work of Ninas because they know that that is the only thing that is affecting them. They know that that is the only thing that can pull them down. It's just that people have not tuned into it yet. So by diminishing, by aligning IPOB with the work that Ninas has done for a very long time, they are trying to diminish the entire work that Ninas has done. But guess what? It did not work. It did not work. And we are telling those people, those IPOB that still think that your supreme leader will bring you freedom. See, Fenekayode, the guy that was used to pull him out of the struggle, has, jumped. He has jumped to the other side.
Sheep.
You, not even sheep. I don't want to be giving them all those calculated. And he has jumped into the gutter. That's it. He has jumped into the gutter. And guess what? It is the turn of your supreme leader to follow suit.
He has followed suit.
It was planned from the one.
You remember the politicians in Southeast? They said they would bring him out. Yes.
Because you people are not asking questions.
You have to sign something now before.
Before Science Seal delivered part 2.
Yes.
Now.
Yes, now.
Science Seal delivered part 2. That's what the guy is all
My
about.
dear, Science Seal, do you know I fainted at work when I heard that Science Seal delivered the first time?
Not only you.
Your sister fainted. Oh yeah, you went home. You called me. You went home.
I closed my entire store. I walked. I drove away. Went back home. I started calling Sister Mona. I was calling my husband. I said, hey. So I said, we are going home. We're going home. What's happening? We were bamboozled.
You were Yahoo freedom fighter. 419.
We were bamboozled.
My dear.
The more you look, the less you see.
Yes, you see. These people,
I was
preparing a long time ago. Nobody was asking, how did he get to Kenya?
Nobody's asking that. No, they're busy blaming everybody else instead of the criminal himself.
The criminal himself.
It's everybody that caused him to do all of that. Our people have lost any iota of sense left in them.
What was it? Kenya does not have any IPOB, what is it called? IPOB family or whatever.
They forwarded money. They forwarded huge
a lot of money
to Kenya for him. Nobody's asking questions.
Nobody's asking that.
Going on.
My dear,
we have yourselves.
When you are talking that,
the only criminal in your midst, the only criminal that has been pushing all of you into gutter, you are protecting him and fighting yourselves.
Doing
in
the unfortunate thing is that the Igbo women, the IPOB US women or whatever, I don't know, they do meetings all the time on Facebook. They don't even hide it anymore. They do their meetings all the time on Facebook. And I started looking at these women because, honestly, if you join a secret cult, your skin would start depreciating.
My dear.
Right. It happened to me when I was in IPOB. You understand?
It happened to you. That's not serious now. I broke my molar. I had to go and see a dentist, cracking my teeth.
It was not funny. And these women, the only thing they were talking about is how their leader was kidnapped was the word they were using. And I'm like, duh, who told you he was kidnapped? These things were arranged.
He surrendered himself. This is 2017 now, when they went to Pharaoh. It was arranged now. They brought our people there, killed our people, and opened the back door for him and his parents. And they went to
they went away.
They went to foreign land to go and have fun.
And that time, while it was happening, his vice was telling all road leads to Afara, and they were killing our people as they were landing in Afara. And you guys still don't understand that this is all make believe.
And it's so sad that Uche Mefo has come out to tell our people that all those things were lies. Still, our people will not believe Uche Mefo.
They are willing to collapse like I collapsed at work. That's what's going to happen to them.
Somebody that was within them as the second, and the two of them were directors, and they opened the business. And he came out to say, see, my people, it was a lie. Rather than believe him, they ran away again, following the man that has been deceiving them all the days of their lives. This juju is too strong. You people better start breaking yourself from it.
It's sad. And all we're telling you guys, some people are still emotional about this. They're like, oh, don't call his name, don't say all of this. But he's actually one of the biggest pharaohs that we're talking about.
Exactly.
He's the one holding our people hostage, have them running in circle, have them doing Facebook show every day, talking about BS upon BS when they should be in New York. marching with
Exactly.
their hand for Hebaruru. When they should be at the UN protesting, they are busy on Facebook taking over, discharging, firing, hiring, doing all manner of stuff. And we're telling you guys to let this thing go. Forget about your allegiance to one man. Your allegiance should be for your land. It should be for your nation,
Exactly.
not for any one person that is going
Allegiance should
to
be to a
steal and
nation.
deliver you. And there's nothing you can do about it than to collapse, and then they will call 911 for you. When you wake up, the emergency room will send you $3,000 for being stupid and following a man. Can we do better, our people? Can we do better, our men? Ahmadu Bello said long time ago that his people are not alive to their responsibility. Our people are dead. How we go? We sit in our land. We have a sit home Tuesday, Monday, sit home on Wednesday, sit home on Thursday. When our mothers
Somebody for Granot that is telling people to sit at home is in his own office in Finland working. There was a time there was a picture of him and his son having so much fun. And yet we have our children in the eastern region, they have missed WAEC. Remember that in the West African, is a West African exam. It's not as if it's even like a national exam. It's an exam done in the entire West Africa.
It's not Nigerian exam.
It's not a Nigerian exam. So, and if you miss maths, you miss English, you practically you have failed.
You're not going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere. So, and these kids, it's possible that their parents probably must have sold their bicycle to be able to buy
only bicycle. They sell lands.
They must have sold their mom must have sold the last wrapper in her bag to be able to pay for that WAEC. Only for this child to miss WAEC, not because the child was not prepared, but to miss WAEC because an idiot somewhere is telling you to make sure that everybody sits at home. And when a priest decided to protect his own children, they came and they killed the man, burnt him alive, burnt his
and
car.
And they keep denying they're not terrorists yet.
And they keep denying
so if you're not terrorists with this one, what will you now do before you become terrorists? I'm asking you people in the IPOB. If you kill people and roast them, cut their heads and put on the table, and you say you're not terrorists yet, tell me what will you not
give
do
us
before you
sarin gas now? It will be sarin gas. They will give everybody to inhale gas.
Somebody said that Taliban, and it's real.
Fire. Hitler did. They would even do worse than Hitler.
They would do worse, as wicked as these people are. And they're wicked to our people. Oh. They were there. Buhari came to Imo State. They did not gas him. They did not kill him. They did not do anything. They all went on the table. Buhari finished with his wrapper that he wore as skirt, as a trouser. He finished with his wrapper that he wore and called it trouser. He finished, gallivanted, did everything and went home. Then this Amadioha people jumped out again and started killing my people. And you tell me you want to work for my people? You tell me you're working for the freedom of my people? Hell no, you are not. Then you see what you're looking for. You are there. APC is expanding what they're doing, expanding their plans everywhere. Now they are preparing Dave Umahi from Ebonyi State because they have promised to zone their presidency to Igbo land. And you know who is catching it? Dave Umahi, helped by Hope Uzodimba, or what did they call his name? All they do is selling the Igbo.
The Supreme Court governor.
Yes.
And guess what? Then on Sunday, we'll come to church, stay in front of the podium. The bishop, Catholic bishop, will be there, and they will allow him. Here, we are going to clear all the churches in Nigeria.
My dear, they will close down now because by the time we establish things, infrastructure, and people have work, they will stop going to meet them. Because they're babalawos. All those pastors are babalawos.
You will not allow the same guy that had not paid pensioners for months, have not paid pensioners for months. Pensioners were lying down on the floor. When Buhari was coming, he went and cemented the entire road. And Buhari came just to commission a gutter to the tiger.
He came to cement the deal between Hope Uzodimba and Hope Dave Umahi, because Dave Umahi is the candidate they want to use to do Igbo presidency. So that's the meeting he came for. It's just that you have to pour out something and say that's what you want to commission. If you don't work and come and start having meeting. So that's the meeting he came for. It's not that your gutter that is commissioning. Who commissions gutter?
Who commissions gutter? No. The entire Igbo nation is
to
gutter
wash
that
the
they want to
brain
come
of
and commission.
followers. Yes, to wash the brain of followers. And this is why I tell you.
Come on, commission gutter. When individuals are building mansions from their own hard-earned money, then the government will now build gutter and president will come and commission gutter.
Because we have lowered our standards. After all, Femi Kayode Konefefe, when he jumps from north to south, we follow him back and forth. So why would they come and commission Gota? Remember the one that calls himself the movie actor in Lagos? They are truly commissioned Gota and put his name by the gutter with his name and call himself honorable. And our people were clapping for him.
The money used to make the poster is even more expensive than the bridge he built for his people. He built a Paco bridge.
And we're telling our people,
toilet that you will use water to be washing your bum is what he built.
The 1999 Constitution is what is making these things possible. That's why you cannot get leaders that are sensible.
That's sensible.
That paper will ensure that only criminals get to power. So far, that paper, that fraudulent document, that Lucifer's document, that 1999 military decree called Constitution is in place. You will never get meaningful leaders because it will only be the criminals that can make it to power. No sensible person can operate with that document because when you want to do the right thing, the document will stop you from doing it. So that's why you have only stupid people in power. No sensible person will manage to come in. That document will not allow a sensible person to come in. A sensible person will not win election in Nigeria. What did I say? A sensible person that knows what to do will not win election. They will not allow you to win. Because if you win, you will deliver the people. You will build infrastructure. You will do the right thing. Like this issue about VAT that we are discussing. Longest time, you would have finished it since. If we had leaders that use their brain. But it's only now because of the agitation of the people, because of what Nina is doing, that governors are beginning to find their voices. Why? Because people are following them. They are beginning to see human beings that make sense talk. So they are now beginning to think. Because I tell our people that it's not about changing the drivers of the vehicles.
No.
The document is wrong. The first thing you need to do is to change the system. Yes. When you change the system, you will not have the right people to put in place. We are not looking for right people. They're everywhere. We have intelligent people, but the document is falsified. You can't do anything with it. You will tie your hands. Even when you want to do what is right, they will not allow you to do it. So that's why we're saying the first point of call is to change the document. So like something that is a no-brainer. In your state, you make VAT, you use it to build infrastructure, use it to create jobs, but they will not allow you. You have to be fighting it. Is it something that somebody will fight?
And as a state, you see why they are fighting? Because the VAT, I think the way it's written is that it's part of that. We have the 68 exclusive, then we have the
concurrent,
30 concurrent or whatever. Yes. I think it's part of the concurrent.
Yes.
And the state government they actually have access to the VAT. The VAT is theirs for the taking. So I think now they have moved it to appeals court or something. I don't know that their own court. They have moved it to the appeals court, and they're hoping to move it to the Supreme Court, the Taliban Supreme Court, so that the Supreme Court, the man that carries Sharia bag, will now approve that yes, the federal government can now collect the VAT tax on your behalf. And when that happens, we are even talking that the derivative that they are giving to the federal government is enormous. Now, by the time they now start collecting the VAT, or they're already collecting it anyways, by the time they now start enforcing it to the letter, then you now know what your individual communities would I don't know where you all feed from. Because this is what we're saying. Everything. And then they're trying to connect it to the fact that this constitution allows it or the constitution does not allow it. And that's why we're telling our people, these people keep using that constitution against us. If we do not take it down, somebody was saying, why do I want Nigeria to break? I said, see, I want the constitution of Nigeria to come down so that the individual or the nationalities will know where they belong. And by the time they find out where they really belong, nobody will want to go back to that country. Nobody will want to bear that name, Nigeria. Nobody.
And that's why
Because
we're
the way it's
telling,
constituted.
yes, we are telling the governors, because with the constitutional force majeure, with the work that Nina is doing, like I said, the governors are beginning to find their voice. That's why they're even tampering to say, this VAT, we want to use it. If you did not bring down that constitution, they won't even, it's all this team sensitization that is making them to look into some of those things and say, this doesn't make sense. So they're beginning to, and that's why you saw them that they went to Asaba to pass the anti-open grazing bill, saying, no, this does not make sense. How are we going to allow cow to be destroying the farms of our people? So they're beginning to do the right thing. But you cannot do the right thing if you don't have a proper document to support that right thing that you want to do. That's what we're talking to our Southeast governors, our South governors. You know yourselves. What will give you power to do the right thing is bringing down that 1999 constitution so that the right document will be in place. If not, you will be at their mercy. You will be at the mercy of Fulani. We told you that the caliphate captured one Nigeria. And from that one Nigeria, they break down your throat so that you cannot do anything that your people want you to do, even when you want to do it. Even when you manage to get the right candidate, there's a bigger document that will never allow you to do it. You know that you can use VAT to do things in your place, but they will steal it from you. You know that you have the right to protect the territory of your place, but they will not allow you. They will not allow you to arm your people. They will not allow you to even arm yourself. They will not allow you to protect yourself, let talk alone the territory of your people that you're governing. They will not allow you, when you have passed the anti-open grazing law, they will not allow you to enforce it because you are using that fraudulent 1999 constitution, which is why we are telling our governors to buy into what we're saying, what we're doing, what Ninas is doing, because this is what will make you to do that thing you want to do for your people. When you get the right thinking of what we're saying, it will be easier for you. Let's talk about oil. Are you aware that in UK, that they have now said that from 2022, all new houses and homes in England will have electric vehicle charging points installed. So other nations are thinking forward, they're thinking ahead. But you, under Fulani, you can never think forward. If you people, if the rest of the world are flying, you will be entering inside gutter. You will have Dangote trying to build a refinery for you when people are running to electric vehicles. What? Please, my people, we are telling you, we need to be liberated from that 1999 constitution so we can move ahead. Sorry.
No, my sister, you're right. It's so tiring how someone can think that politics at this point in time will get them, because some of our people living in diaspora, I don't know, more too much milk or chocolate or ice cream. The one that is confusing them, that are telling our people, let's go into politics and take you full force. Take which one full force? And I'm worried that they are holding your head up in the caliphate's office. You guys' head are there, and without the head, you're not going to be able to see anything. You're there running around in circles. Even if they give you the presidency that you're looking for, you will be working for them. Exactly. That's why you're begging them to give you presidency, right? Exactly. Because it's not even your right. You're asking them to please give me presidency. So basically, you're asking them for me, can I be your stooge? Just give it to me and I'll do your biddings for you. And we're telling our people, we have to close shop. We cannot continue to do this anymore. We don't want to be in politics, because Femi Kayode will wake up tomorrow and he next week now you will see him with his Taliban outfits. They will never stop.
Obasanjo was looking like a wicked witch. They tied the scarf. I don't know when they tied that scarf on him, because when they tie that scarf, the brain goes with the scarf. They tied like this is what they, and we're seeing these things. You cannot win any election in the INEC Fulani conducted election. There's one that forming now, they call it Samba or Sambo, you know, all the political people.
They are trying to mimic what Ninas is doing, but it's not going to work.
Which document are you going to
Which document
rule?
exactly?
Even if you win.
Which document
are you going to rule? We're telling you that the document is fraudulent, that document puts everything in the hands of your enemy. And you can never use it to do anything for our people. Our people will always receive crumbs. As far as that 1999 constitution is in place, our people will never get what they deserve. And you are coming together and say you want to be Sambo or you want to be Samba. I don't know which one. Whether you come snake, I don't know, whatever you want to form. Please, people should stop going in.
They are hungry. Hunger is in the line. So they will come up with all kinds of stuff. And that's why we're calling those people that are not hungry. Those people that still have their senses. Those people that are not under the cloud of this nonsense going on at home, for us to stand up and help our people back home. Our people not back home, they are very much compromised. If they are not compromised with hunger, they are compromised with holding their retirement, they are compromised by going to church 20 times a day, and your pastor is telling you that it's your mother that is holding you hostage. There are so many confounders. There are so many things holding them hostage, and we want to let them go. So whatever you can do in your neck of the woods, especially our sisters, our daughters, our mothers, because when you look at all this merry-go-round that are being operated by Caliphate, you will see that it's all our brothers are in there. All of them. They have taken their brain, their heart, and every working part in their system is all in their hands. So, and we are calling our sisters to join what we're doing. Wherever you find yourselves, reach out to us, the Daughters of Truth. We are here to make sure that the people doing this work are fully supported, because if you're waiting for our men to do it, my dear, by the time you wake up, they're in another camp. They will never do anything good for you. It's always about them. It's always about how much money they can make off of it, how many outfits they can wear, and how many children masks they can afford to put in a hotel while our children die. Please, sisters, wake up. I can't stop, you can see I have my Wakanda sisters on there. Each time I go out to the movie, I don't know if they're waiting for me. These women will come out looking for me as if they're sending me some, some underlying message that, sisters, you guys have to do this. I'm telling you, and it's always this thing. Every time, all the time, for over 2 years. Every time I come into that gym, these people will show up. And you ask them, I'm like, do you guys always play this? Like, no, we didn't play it 2 days ago. It's always when I'm there. So I'm reading that message that our sisters, our mothers, our daughters to rise up. Stop joining men in all their charade and whatever they are doing to distract our people. Join us to do this for our next generation. Join us to leave inheritance for our children. Look at your own family. If your mother is not on point, if your mother is not operating, if your mother is not out there, things will fall apart. The time has come, our people, my sisters. The time has come for us to come and help our men to get this work done. In any society, there's no society that succeeds without their women. Whether they are wearing Taliban outfit in the bedroom, they will sit there and concoct their magic, and everybody will be shining. It's time for us to support what works, not the one that will allow you to steal leadership, the one that will allow you to take money and hide it in Jesus, and hide it in Houston, and hide it in whatever. No. Nina's is the way for us to get to where we're going. And we're running out of time, because as we're telling you, the Taliban are well equipped. We've heard that over and over again. They are well equipped to complete their work. And they said they are patient, by the way, because when you live in the cave, you're not living in a mansion, so it's not like you're watching a movie and all that stuff. They're living in the cave. They're very patient to come and take what they claim belongs to them. Are we now going to leave our land for them? Our land that our forefathers left for us. Our fathers did better. And here we, the younger generation, were fulefus, most of us. It's either we are speaking English fluently. We can't even speak Igbo, and nobody will laugh at you. But if you can speak English, people will look at you like you're stupid when you cannot speak your father's tongue. Chinese people will go to UN. They will be speaking Chinese and asking somebody else to interpret their language for them. But we, God forbid if we speak our language. God, who sent you? Did you not go to school? As if education is a measure of our intelligence. My mother did not go to school. I remember my father's friend, who is a judge then, when he has a difficult case, he will come and meet my uneducated mother to give him advice. And every time it works. My father always tell when he's coming for my mom, because when he's coming for my mom, he comes through the kitchen side. When he's coming to visit my dad, he will go through the front. But as children, we start in the kitchen and let this man talk to my mother, because he said, you're my, what is the word that he used? I don't know how to say it in English. She didn't go to school. My mother did not finish second elementary school education. So let's stop deceiving our people with education and this and professor and this and this and this and this. We are asking our sisters, wherever you find yourself, forget about speaking English. Imara Asibo, I love Anambra so much. I wish I can speak it. I may just so watch people. That's why I do speak my language at work.
Sister Mona, it's not even about going to school. Remember, in those days, there was a lot of critical thinking by our parents.
Yes.
They would sit down. They would. Me, I really enjoy. I mean, though we lived in Lagos, my parents, all of us, I grew up in Lagos and all that. But my parents never stopped that, especially on a Sunday night when it comes back from meeting. They never stop that attitude of talking to us. Like they speak the language and they explain to us certain things that happened. And you will sit back and you will think through it. You will think through it. So your own opinion, they would also assess your own opinion and why your opinion either makes sense or not. So in those days, there was a lot of critical thinking in what our parents did. Now, everybody crams a textbook. Everybody crams a textbook to pass. In those days, you would read between the lines to know why is and was. Why is the past tense of why was is the past tense of is. You would
no, Sister Augusta, I think you're digressing. I'm saying that those things shouldn't matter, because I want to encourage my sisters and sisters to come on. Whether you know how to speak is and was. I don't know how to speak, but I have almost 2 doctorate degrees. I'll be having English here. I will take you down with my IQ. Yeah. So let's come and call our brothers and especially our sisters to come out, whether you're selling crayfish in a yakara, in a swap, or whatever. If you know what to do to help our men get this work done right, please come out. Come out wherever you are. Don't worry about the senior advocates and all the professor emeritus and all these things. No, too Femi Kayode that can tell you quotes Romeo and Juliet for you from beginning to end. At the end of this, they cannot manage a wife and 2 kids.
That's exactly. They cannot, because they don't have that ability to think critically. It's all about their food. It's all about their stomach. It's all about what's next. So as you rightly said, all of our mothers, all of our sisters, this message is to you, is to everybody. And also all those women that are parading themselves as IPOB in the United States. Now, this message is for you. You are encouraging a murderous entity. That's what you are encouraging. You are paying into the coffers, into the bags, into the account of murderers. That's what you are doing. You may think that Nnamdi Kanu is for you. Those of us that met him, maybe majority of you did not meet him. I met him. Sister Muna met him. Sister Ekwi met him. We met this guy. We saw him face to face. My Ofo Onubu, he tasted it live and direct. So I'm just trying to tell you that we were so close. We saw this guy one-on-one, and we knew that everything about him was fraud. Everything about him was fraudulent. So it is now left for you to understand that you are paying to get our people killed. I'm accusing the women in the United States right now. You are paying to get our own people killed. You are not liberating our people. You are not. You are not fighting for our people.
No.
You are not getting our people Biafra. Biafra can never, never, never come like that. Biafra has become the opium for the Igbo man. It is the new cocaine that we inhale. Once you hear Biafra, all your system will start dilating. You will start jumping up and down. You get triggered. So Biafra is the new opium for our people. So I'm trying to use this opportunity. Stop funding terrorism, because that is what it is. You guys are funding the death of our people. You guys are drawing the hands of the hand of the clock back for our children. They have missed maths. They have missed English. It means that they are not going to, none of them will get into our institution next year. And that is the truth.
That means the Aminas and the Mohammed will take over.
The Aminas and Mohammed with 2 as pass mark would get into university. And they will not get into university because they did not attempt, they did not do WAEC.
Right.
And the days that they didn't do WAEC, the days that were like the math and English are very, very important days, because you can actually fail other classes and still, get into school. But you can't fail math and English. At least you have a P or so for you to do English or whatever classes in the art department. You can probably have a P in math, but you must have a C minimum in English, if I remember how it goes. And for those that are in science, you must pass English, you must have C in English, must have C in math. And they've missed both classes. They missed both English and math already. So how do you continue to pay for that level of impunity? If in case you think,
And then on top of that, you're staying at home, you're not making money to even pay for the next one in case if you could.
When you know that majority of them practically sold their land to be able to do the exam in the first place. So you are funding terrorism in our land, and by the time shall come when you would realize this, it will be just too late. Stop funding. Nnamdi Kanu is a franchise. Nnamdi Kanu is a businessman. Nnamdi Kanu is a Fani Kayode, in case you don't understand. Please stop funding the atrocities in our land. Stop. If you don't know what to do with your money, use it to pay your bills. All of you have bills. All of from beginning to the end, you have bills. Use it to pay your bills. If you don't know what else you can do with your money, stop funding the death of our people. Stop desecrating our land, because that's exactly what you are doing. And this message is for those IPOB women in the United States. Stop.
Thank you, sister. You couldn't have said that better. Stop the madness. You stop fighting for leadership or whatever. That what they're not even doing anything. That's why when they capture one person, the whole thing is over. We're telling you guys, it's in also goes sorry. Whatever that we can say for you guys to know we are not against you, but rather we are for you. To stop that madness so that we can focus on what works and get home faster. Because any day we keep running around with this is another day for our people to die. So in closing, I'm going to read Psalm 25. This thing is almost speaking again to us to retrace our steps and do the right thing so that our land can be healed. You guys have done the unimaginable. As we are telling you, there are people being killed every day for sacrifice. There are men sleeping with our 2-year-old and a 12-year-old. There are men sleeping with the mother and the daughter and the sisters and everybody else, and they think it's okay. And then if you go to church to complain, your pastor will even sleep with you on top of that. There is no way out. We need all of this to end. So the prayer goes, oh Lord, we give our life to you. We trust in you, our God. Do not let us be disgraced or let our enemies rejoice in our defeat. No one who trusts in you will ever be disgraced, but disgrace comes to those who try to deceive others. And we pray that our enemies, those that are playing politics with our lives, that disgrace will come to them. Show us the right path, O Lord. Point out the road for us to follow. Lead us by your truth and teach us, for you are the God who saves us. All day long, we put our hope in you. Remember, O Lord, your compassion and unfailing love, which you have sworn from long ages past. Do not remember the rebellious sin of our youth. Remember us in the light of your unfailing love, for you are merciful, O Lord. The Lord is good and does what is right. He shows the proper path to those who go astray. He leads the humble in doing right, teaching them his way. The Lord leads with unfailing love and faithfulness all who keep his covenant and obey his demands. For the honor of your name, O Lord, forgive us many, many sins. Who are those who fear the Lord? He will show them the path they should choose. They will live in prosperity, and their children will inherit the land. The Lord is our friend. The Lord is a friend to those who fear him. He teaches them his covenant. Our eyes are always unto the Lord, for he rescues us from the trap of our enemies. Turn to us and have mercy, for we alone are in deep distress. Our problems go from bad to worse. Oh, save us from them all. Feel our pain and see our trouble. Forgive all our sins. See how many enemies that we have and how many viciously they hate us. Protect us, rescue our life from them. Do not let us be disgraced. For in you we take refuge. May integrity and honesty, my people, may integrity and honesty protect us, for we put our hope in Him. O God, ransom the indigenous peoples in Nigeria from all its trouble. This is Psalms 25. So if you want, you can read it for yourself. You can see he's speaking directly to us. We just need to end this matter. We have suffered as people. We are nation builders, and they have us building nations. Came with 400 years old. As I'm telling you, there are our people that are left in the forest now, India. One who said, he almost mentioned Igbo name. He said his grandfather told him something about some name, and he mentioned, I can't remember the guy's name. These are our people left in the forest everywhere. Even when you go to Colombia, there's another forest. I was watching the other day that they left our people. And we're building and building and building. And the time has come for us to build our own land, to build our own nation. So, sisters, your final statement.
Thank you, Sister Mona, for that Bible passage. I want to use this opportunity to thank all our foot soldiers, those that are home, that are propagating the Ninas project. Because right now we got a lot of people coming, they wanted to join Ninas. They've been calling, they've been joining on Facebook, and even our platforms, like our WhatsApp platforms. Yes, because they've learned the truth, because they believe that the truth in this case matters to them. So they have learned the truth and they want to be part of the truth. As we've often said on our shows, we said that the Ninas project is a project that everybody have to be part of. This is you and I searching for what we want, what I want personally, what you want personally. It's not, some random person telling us, oh, this is how it got to be done, or this is you must obey, command and control. No, we're not into all that. We are following a protocol, and that protocol it has been in the works for the past 21 years. So it's not something that just fell from the sky. No, it is something that's been strategic. The plan has been strategic. The steps have been mapped out. And so far, we are so close to I keep using that so close because, of course, that is what it is. It's just that we all needed to push further. Everybody needs to push further. So we want to thank all our brothers and sisters that are at the United Nations ground trying to make this thing happen. They have been there for days. I've gotten a lot of calls. They've been there for days. They've been asking what more they needed to do. What you are doing is what you needed to do. Remember that this thing is in steps. And we have often said that the mobilization part is just 5% of the entire project. You understand? So what you are doing right now is what needed to be done. And we thank you all because it's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy for those that are in New York right now. The hotels there are so expensive. Transportation, everything is expensive in New York. New York, they call it a big apple for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why. It's not Texas is better, trust me. Anyways, but it's expensive. So for them to take out time, a week, 2 weeks to be out there, because they want this freedom more than you can think of, is to tell the sincerity that our people have at the back, at inside them. So we want to thank everybody that is out there canvassing, talking about Ninas, sharing the Ninas ideas, because as we said, we are going to take this thing by ourselves.
Amen.
If you're expecting the foreign government to come and help you, they will not. But the thing is that this part of mobilization has to happen for us to get our freedom. So don't think that, we are just telling you so that you will do whatever you want. No. We just have to mobilize and tell them that, hey, because they won't tell us that they didn't know.
Yes.
They won't tell us that, we didn't see when they came. They won't tell us that they did not get a copy of this thing. They did. They got it, and they've got copies of everything from the first.
All protocols observed.
All the protocols have been observed from beginning to the end. And we told you that we're following the 2007 protocol. So they wrote it. So they cannot come and tomorrow and say that they can't even deny all these processes or all the things that that we've gone through so far. So don't think that we're waiting on them. No, we're waiting on the people. The people have to finally decide that enough is enough. We have seen prostitutes like Fanny Kayode prostituting himself up and down. And it's not just him. Remember, he said a lot of them would jump into gutter, not sheep, jump into gutter. So they are all in this together. And that is to do what? To continue to make us feel helpless. So this is the time for us to take the mantle by ourselves. We all have to do it together. It's not a one-man show. It's not a one-man's business. This is not a franchise. We are talking about a nation, and you have to be involved in finding the route to your own pathway. You have to be part of it. So don't sit back and expect some people to do it for you. Trust me, our own people from the Igbo nation are waiting for some people to do it. No, wake up, stand up. And as Sister Mona rightly said, women, be on your guards, because guess what? It's your children that are being killed. It's your children that are being massacred. Get on your guards. Start standing for the right thing. Stand for the right thing. Let's get out of all this mess, because we really, really need to move. And the time is now. Thank you all so much for joining us. I will be here again next week. Thank you, Sister Queen.
Thank you very much, sisters. Thank you, our viewers. Thank you, everyone that is doing one or two. Thank you for understanding what we're saying, sharing it, and explaining to others that you do not need to die for us to get our self-determination.
Mm-hmm.
There's a plan on the table already, which we are using and engaging. You just have to be part of it. For those that are thinking, making suggestions, we need to make strategy. The strategy is on the table, and we've been working on it. I want to encourage all the governors in Middle Belt and the entire South. You see, good luck, Ebele Jonathan already told us that Aso Rock and the military of Nigeria was already infiltrated by Boko Haram people, terrorists. So he has already told you what you needed to know. So if you're waiting for that same military, that same presidency to protect your people and protect your territory, you're not thinking right. So over 50% of the people that you are waiting for are part of terrorism, are the terrorists. So you need to stand up and do what you need to do. Your people have elected you and put you in that position for you to do the right thing. Work with Ninas so that you get to where we are going faster. And then for our women, we encourage you, and those, especially those in IPOB that begin to ask questions. We are telling you that you need to step out of the merry-go-round. We were in that same situation. We asked questions, but we stepped out and we're able to find out the truth. So don't stay inside where they're telling you lies. Continue to be in the bag and the sack of lies and expecting to find truth in it. No, you need to step out. You need to step out, connect your past to your present. Then you will begin to see the path to the future, the path to tomorrow. We are begging you, we are talking to you. It's good that you want to find the truth, but please, we need to find the truth in where the truth is, not in a sack of lies. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you. This is a teamwork, and we know we're going to succeed. We are succeeding. See you next week. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. So before we go, I am posting the LNC website. Like we said, this freedom is free like that. People have been paying for this for 21 years from their pocket without shouting and making noise. So whatever you can do, the Facebook, the page is up and running. If you can go in there and click the donate button, it allows you to donate whatever amount that you want to donate. We have to do this together. So don't wait there. Say, I'm coming. That's your first. I ain't gonna work. Happy and way ain't gonna work with this. This is for real. So please help us to share this link, this website. So if you're asking what you can do, because everybody is not going to go to New York, everybody is not going to have a talk show on Saturday, everybody is not going to do whatever. If you cannot do all of this, at least let us have your treasure, right? So there are three things that we need to do. Either you give us your talent, your time, or your treasure. So those three T's, our foundation that we're using to do these things. We have the ones that are using their talents. Our brother Disney, thank you so much for all your background work. We have people that are using their time, doing all of this, and we thank them so much. And then we have people that, if you cannot do as much, let us go to the treasure part. That is the least you can do. So that at the end of the day, you can say yes, because not everybody can speak like a radio broadcast. So So you can't say, oh, I didn't go because I didn't know how to speak. This is a way for you to help. So to that end, we will see
So
you
Ramona,
next. Yes.
sorry, please a minute. And there's a new website also that is added. It's called ninasvoice.org. Is a new we're adding it to what we're working with. And thank you, Nigbe. Nigbe is doing a good work with preaching Ninas. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you.
Nigwe, you rock. And then Pastor Chris, I didn't see you today. Once we take those fake churches down, Pastor Chris will start a new one for us. So otherwise, we will see you guys next week. Much love. Please help us to share. Facebook is doing overtime. Like we are on overdrive. They actually have two of the IT guys guiding our accounts so that nobody will see what we are doing. So please help us to share this. The good thing is that we're on YouTube, Facebook, the Twitter. So try to use the other two platforms and see if we can make headways. All right, we love you guys so much. We shall return next week. Please be safe, okay? Goodbye.